business leader who's, really talking about building Bhutan from way back when to now a young entrepreneur, Mr. Ugen Dendrup. So your No Mind Bhutan, it's working on AI and, all the trendy things which even I do not understand too much. I'm from a little bit of an older generation, but trying to figure out. But I do understand that entrepreneurship seems to be really seeped into the thought process of Bhutan. I've been here since yesterday, and I've talked to a number of people, about what's going on, and a lot of conversation around startups, promoting the startup culture, promoting entrepreneurship, promoting young business leaders is coming up. So on that note, question for you, do you think that with the change in mindset about promoting more startup culture in Bhutan, has the ecosystem also changed? Are there enabling ecosystems here in terms of policies, support, incentives for young entrepreneurs? And another sort of related question is then, because you are delving into this AI world and a lot of different things are happening around the world, how do you focus on sustainability into this new and emerging sector?
Thank you so much for the question. The entrepreneurial ecosystem is existing in country, but it's yet very early stage in the field of AI and technology. If you look around, many corporates and government institutions, I feel for the big IT-related and tech-related projects, solely depends on international vendors and internet suppliers. So now we can see some shifting undergoing as young entrepreneurs are stepping up and they're taking small projects. I'm pretty sure definitely in the future they will be able to take more. As you all see, the No Mind Bhutan is a prime example of this. We have been working with big institutions in the country, like example banks like BOB, BNB, 2Gears, Bhutan NDI. We have been working with them, and then we have earned our credibility and trust of them. So now they are willing to give the projects they usually gives to international vendors. So and then this sole goal of our team, No Mind Bhutan, is to show that Bhutanese talent can also drive innovations and create some world-class AI tech products that can be not only used in Bhutan, but also can be used in international markets. So if you talk about some things that aligns with SDG goals of United Nations, for now, No Mind Bhutan, the core business is helping companies and corporate to handle customer care service, which is it's barely touched. It's very untouched market in our country, and then we are tapping in to make to make their work process easy. And as a R&D, as part of our R&D projects in our team, we have been working in several fields like education and healthcare. These are the two things that we are looking into it, and then we can see some potential in it. Example, we have been working in education field called Sherik AI. It's an AI-powered education platform that helps students to learn, because we want to promote a digital learning to our current education system. So in this platform, a student can create any kind of quiz and question that he wants to test himself before going to any exams and all these things. And then even if the student wants to learn any course or a topic, if the student goes online, they will be finding an old and then very statics that is similar, which is given to everyone. Where in our platform, they can personalize and customize the course by the help of AI. AI will generate you all the all the outline of the course, videos, quiz, summary, notes, so that a student can learn on this particular topic. And then we also have a chatbot out there. We call it NOLA. It's quite different from chatbot that you see, like ChatGPT, Gemini, all these things, because our NOLA will not give students a direct answer. Rather, it will break down the questions and give some hints, let students solve by themselves. So these are the platform that we are in the process of building. Though it is launched, but it's in beta testing right now. We are trying with a few users, things, trying to solve our bugs out there, and then aligning design, aligning with the aligning our platform with the learning style of our Bhutanese student. And then similarly, we are also working on a healthcare called Dungso AI. It's in very early stage right now. We are trying to train our own model in here to analyze and generate reports. It is solely built to help assist a healthcare professional to boost the process of diagnose disease for the patient. It will try to scan the X-ray. It will help patient to detect lung cancer early, or maybe TB in the early stage itself, and then it will try to make reports on your X-ray, and then this will be verified by the doctor at the end. So that's, and here it's like the health professional can spend more time with the patient itself, rather than studying their health documents or the X-rays and all these things. So these are the two projects that we are really working on it. But I could say like it's in very early stage right now, but we are definitely working on it. And that's all, I guess. Thank you.
That's fascinating, and I see a lot of students here, and I'm sure they can't wait to see your, especially the education platform beta tested and launched. And I really liked what you said. There's so many out there, but your platform will be for the Bhutanese student, adapted to your education system and what is relevant over here. So, kudos to even kind of like the thought process that goes behind it and how impressive it is. So, lightning round question to you. If I was having this discussion with you 5 years from now, what would you like to have achieved in your company?
Definitely fourth Thandi out of Thandi. We love to be there. But jokes apart, what we really want to do is we are really now, currently all our products are mostly dependent on the cloud service that are available out there, and even the LLM that we train our models are also we use API from other parties. So what we are now trying to do is we want to make everything from in Bhutan. We want to have our own data centers. We want to have our own LLM running out there so that it can. The current LLM that are in the market are really more. I could say it's biased, maybe because it's mostly trained on Western data, so it's not much accurate coming to Bhutan. So what we want to do is we want to have our own LLM that is also updated with our Bhutanese context. So to happen this, but there should be lots of collaboration between young entrepreneurs like us, with the government, education institutions, and private leaders to provide resources, support, so that there's a platform for a next generation startup like us. And there's a quote that I truly believe, it's kind of quote or line that I truly believe. It's it goes like this: it takes whole village to raise a great child, and it takes whole nation, entire nation to build a successful startup. So I believe everyone should come together and help our entrepreneurial ecosystem to thrive in, not only in Bhutan, but also in international market. If we look in RUB in general, and in our college society, once we started, we were the first student startup in the country, I guess. I'm pretty sure it is, and after that, there are many students are coming up by looking up to us, and then even now in our college, there are more than 14 startups doing some projects a simple project as like designing logo, designing website, building website, applications, all these things. And then like similarly, our college is also providing, by seeing the needs of like co-working space in the college, because lots of startups are working from the dorm. Now they started a launchpad where it is like all the students come together and work. So that's what I believe, like we really need to come together to achieve all these things. Thank you.
No, it's fine. I love the passion and energy, and I know we all are rooting for you for the Forbes 30 under 30. We'll be watching out for that. And Ms.